What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? How are you doing today? I hope you're excited because today we are back with another top 5 trending Young Guns video, this time for the month of September 2024. The NHL is back, so we have some Young Guns trending, some players that are hot early on in the season. Please remember that all graphs are courtesy of Sport Card Investor, not a sponsor or anything, in US dollars for PSA 10 Young Guns. And please don't take this as financial advice. Please invest in sports cards at your own risk. If you guys do enjoy what you see here, it'd mean a lot to me if you guys would drop a like on this video. It really helps me grow the channel. And subscribe if you do enjoy, because we do this video every single month letting you guys know what Young Guns are currently trending in the hobby. And make sure you follow us over on Instagram at Sports Cards. Comment down below any Young Guns I may have missed. And yeah, without further ado, let's get things started here with number 5. All right, coming in at number 5 is actually going to be a goaltender, a very early Vezina frontrunner, and Jake Oettinger of the Dallas Stars. He's been absolutely spectacular so far in the few games that he has played. Dallas looks like a real threat to win the Stanley Cup, and if they could go on a deep run, I'm sure Jake Ottinger's cards will go up with his performance. Goaltenders are always strange in the hobby, and I think they're the most reliant on playoff success and team success for their cards to really spike up dramatically in value. But as Young Guns is currently trending, I don't know if this continues throughout the regular season. I doubt it, but we'll have to wait and see. 4 games he's played so far, Jake Oettinger is 4-0 with a .953 save percentage. Really can't ask for any better stats here from Oettinger. Very small sample size. We'll have to wait and see how the rest of the season goes, but like I said, very early Vezina front runner, I would say. Taking a look at his graph here, you can see about a month ago that one sold for around 45 US and one recently sold for as high as 89 US. So that is a pretty significant increase. Now, does this trend continue? I really don't think so, because goalies are always weird in this hobby. They sometimes spike up randomly, they sometimes drop randomly, and even if he was to win the Vezina, in my opinion, I don't know how much his cards would go up, if any. You look at a guy like Connor Hellebuck, who's been cheap forever, and he won the Vezina last year, didn't really go up a whole lot, and yeah, honestly, I don't really know. If they go on a deep playoff run, I'm sure his cards will go up if he's performing lights out. If they win the Stanley Cup, I think his cards would definitely go up. But yeah, Oettinger, I'm probably just going to stay away from. Up next to number 4 is someone I might be interested in rather than Oettinger at number 5 for sure. Leo Carlson of the Anaheim Ducks is trending, and he's got off to a decent start. He's not setting the world on fire or anything, but he has got off to a decent start with the Anaheim Ducks. Now, is it going to really matter this season? I don't know. We'll have to see how well he does end up playing, because he's still below a point per game. We'll take a look at the stats here now. Do I think Leo Carlson's a good long-term buy? Yes, I do. Do I think he's a good buy for this season? I don't know, because he's 3 points in 5 games isn't bad. It's good progression for his second year in the NHL. But are people going to care this specific year? I don't think so, because I don't expect Anaheim to be a playoff team. Unless he gets to a point per game, I don't know if this card has room to really grow that much this season, but I do like Carlson heading into next year and heading into the future. Take a look at his graph here. You can see one sold for as low as $71 about a month ago, and one sold for as high as $116 recently. That is a pretty significant increase. Does that continue? We'll have to wait and see. Obviously, like I said, I think this is a great buy maybe for the future once Anaheim's a good team, but I don't think it's really necessary to buy one now. Maybe wait till next off season. But if you do think he's going to spike up at some point in the season, definitely go ahead and pick up a Leo Carlson. Nothing against it. I just don't think there's a lot of room to grow with how bad Anaheim's probably going to be. For those of you that don't know, before every season I go through each Young Gun class of the most recent years, and I do the top 5 Young Guns I think have a chance to go up in value this season. Now, one of those players on one of those lists was Jake Sanderson here on number 3. His Young Guns is currently trending already. I had him on the 22-23 Young Guns list prior to the season. If you didn't check those out before, make sure you check those out, because those are some good list videos. Jake Sanderson, I thought the departure of Jacob Chikrin would be perfect for Jake Sanderson. That's his main competition here on this power play unit. He definitely has the power play 1 job locked down. Like, there's no shot Thomas Chabot's going to take it from him, and he's over a point per game as a defenseman in an Ottawa Senators market that's good for hockey cards. I love Jake Sanderson. Like I said, Sanderson, 7 points in 5 games. Very impressive start for Jake Sanderson. My main concern with Jake Sanderson's cards for this season would be, can Ottawa stay competitive? I think if Ottawa is in the hunt and Jake Sanderson can continue performing like this, I think his cards will continue to go up in value this season. Now, if Jake Sanderson's play drops off a bit, he gets below a point per game, let's say, then I could see his cards either declining or staying where they're at. Or if Ottawa is just bad again and they're not really in the fight, I could see them dropping off because of that. I think that it's a lot reliant on team success and how much is Ottawa going to be in the fight come March and April. Take a look at his graph here. You can see 1 month ago, one sold for as low as 47 US and one recently sold for as high as 74 US. So that's basically a straight trend upwards looking at that graph there. Jake Sanderson, if he can keep this play up, and that's a big if because he's never been over a point per game in his career, this would be a huge breakout season for him. I could see his card continue to climb. But if he falls back to maybe around the point totals we've seen prior from Jake Sanderson, I don't know if this Young Guns could go up much more. It's really, do you think Ottawa's going to be competitive? Do you think Jake Sanderson can keep up this like point per game defenseman pace? I don't really, but we'll have to wait and see. Up next at number 2 is going to be another guy I had on that exact same list from that exact same video. Make sure you check it out. It's Dylan Gunther of the Utah Hockey Club, and I think Utah has like saved Arizona Coyotes players. Like they are playing out of their minds, at least from what I've seen, the games I've watched them. They got off to a decent start, not incredible by any means, but they've just looked so rejuvenated at playing in front of fans and having an ownership group that is passionate and willing to support them. Yeah, Dylan Gunther, he's a goal scorer. Goal scorers sell in his hobby. That's the reason I included him on the list. And he's got off to a hot start. I think he's already got 5 goals. And yeah, I really like Dylan Gunther. Yeah, like I said, looking at his points, 5 goals in 6 games and 6 points in 6 games. Really good start for Gunther. We'll see if he can keep it up. Definitely could get 40 goals if he can keep up this pace, or at least around this pace. He's on pace for more than 40, but we all know that's probably unlikely to continue. But yeah, I could see 40 goals out of Dylan Gunther definitely this season, and if he get to 40, I think his cards should go up in value or continue to go up in value, especially if Utah makes the playoffs. If Utah makes the playoffs and Dylan Gunther's their goal scorer, I think this Young Guns could continue to climb. Because of Gunther's hot start, his Young Guns have seen a huge increase. One sold for as low as 69 US about a month ago. One sold for as high as 189 US recently. That is a huge jump for Dylan Gunther, but like I said, goal scoring sells in this hobby. If you score goals, your cards will probably go up, and Dylan Gunther has been a goal scorer throughout his whole career in junior, in the World Juniors, and now in the NHL. So yeah, we're continuing to see that trend. We'll see if we can keep it up and see what Dylan Gunther's season has in store. All right, coming in at number 1, the number 1 trending Young Guns for the month of October 2024. If you guys know me, if you've been subscribed for a bit, you might know who this is. It's Cole Coffield of the Montreal Canadiens, of course, my guy Cole Coffield, scoring at a goal per game pace right now, 6 goals in 6 games. He's looked absolutely spectacular here in the early season. We'll see if he can keep it up. I'm not sure if he will, because the Habs scoring, other than Cole Coffield, doesn't look great, so I don't know if that's sustainable. But he could be in for a breakout season, and if he could hit 40 goals like Dylan Gunther, I think his Young Guns will continue to climb. Take a look at his stats here, very similar to Dylan Gunther, 6 goals in 6 games, 7 points in 6 games. The difference between Gunther and Coffield, I think, one is the market. The Montreal market is crazy, so that definitely helps Coffield's value raise more quickly than Dylan Gunther's would. But Montreal probably not going to be a playoff team, while a team like Utah is probably going to be in the fight for a playoff spot. So that would definitely hurt Coffield's value, but I think the market kind of offsets it a bit, so that's why I have him at number 1 over a guy like Dylan Gunther, and plus I'm a biased Habs fan. Take a look at his Young Gun card. You can see 1 month ago, one sold for around 125 US, one recently sold for as high as 195 US. If he can keep up this goal scoring pace, which he's definitely not, he's not scoring 82 goals. If he gets to 40 goals, I would say this card will continue to climb in value because of that crazy Montreal market. That would be considered a breakout season if he were to hit that 40 goal mark, and I could definitely see this card continue to grow in value. And I don't hate it for the future when the Habs eventually are good at some point. All right, and that's my list. It's just my list. It's not the right list. If I missed anyone that could be trending in the month of October, let me know in the comments below. Let me know who is trending that I may have missed. Thank you all so much for watching. If you did enjoy, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on our next Young Gun trending video. Thank you all so much for watching today's video. Take care, everybody. Have a good one.